Bonjour. So, although everybody's talking about ESMO, getting ready for ESMO in Berlin in 4 weeks, I will be there with Judith Perez. Shreed already, you will be there remotely. But today we're not going to talk about ESMO. We're going to talk about other features of LARVOL CLIN. And next week, we should be able to talk about ESMO and have enough data in CLIN to give you a preview of how CLIN can be used to prepare for ESMO. In the meantime, so Sridhar, welcome to the podcast. You're one of the main owners, godfather maybe of LARVOL CLIN. So welcome to be on to join us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Bruno.
Now you can notice I just received yesterday my new hat, the Onco hat. We're big on purple, a big on the hat and LARVOL, and new shades too. Here we are. It's a little bit of a statement. I accept it. My mom thinks it's a bit extreme, but I kind of like it. So the future of cancer data and cancer AI is so bright. I obviously have to put my shades on. I had to say that. So today we're going to talk about a particular feature of LARVOL CLIN that focuses on the diagnostics, on the companion diagnostics elements. And I'm gonna ask Sridhar in a second to share his screen and show you how you, the audience, and leave a message and say hi and subscribe and like if you want to support us, to show how users of LARVOL CLIN can track, in particular, the diagnostics, the companion diagnostics products in the field of cancer. So we'll get to that in a second. Before that, I want to give a 1 minute refresh of what LARVOL CLIN is. Think about it as a Google map of cancer data. So any public cancer data anchored on clinical trials, that's why it's called CLIN, is in LARVOL CLIN, or should be. We do our job well, and I think we do, in LARVOL CLIN. So it's a Google map of clinical research in cancer. Now, think about it as a satellite Google map, and then we have the color layer on top, and that's a commentary from a panel of 6,000 oncologists on X that we follow. So everybody who has an opinion and is an oncologist on X, we follow. If we don't follow, you tell us. And each time a commentary is made about any of these clinical trials with a mix of AI and also some secret sauce and know-how, we link that comment to the trial and to the product. And we, of course, display the sentiment and the details of that commentary. So that's a layer of color of a Google map on top of the satellite picture. That is LARVOL CLIN. There's a free version accessible for non-commercial use. And then, of course, we have a paid version, a pro version, with a lot of great additional features. That's the end of my infomercial. I'm going to go on mute and pass the baton to Sridhar, who is going to present that new feature, or that upgraded feature, called diagnostics.
Sure. Thanks, Bruno. Before I get into the diagnostics tab, one important point that I want to mention, Bruno, since you brought up sentiment, we recently started revising the sentiment logic, what we are following. So in the upcoming versions, you may see some changes. For example, the mixed sentiment, we are trying to get rid of it, and we want to make it the sentiment statement more and more powerful. So we kind of are removing the ambiguity from the way we are rating these expos or reactions. So that's an important, subtle but an important change. It also underlies our commitment in terms of the importance we are giving to ratings, whether it is the trial rating or whether it's the sentiment. We want to do our best in terms of providing these ratings. So we do see, for example, for the trial, an uncertain impact. That's a new thing that we are adding to kind of indicate that the trial is not clearly stating in terms of what the impact is. So we have positive and we do have uncertain impact for some of the trials. So that's an upcoming feature that I just want to mention.
Let me reiterate something on what you said. Initially, we were hoping that we can have
Yeah.
the sentiment of the tweet match exactly the rating of the trial. So they have negative, positive, practice changing, and then we realize it's too hard. So now we have two different ratings.
Yes.
We have the rating for the trial, okay, which is negative, a negative trial, a trial of uncertain impact on the clinical practice, a practice informing trial, and fourth, a practice changing trial, 4 level in rating a trial. And in addition, we also rating the sentiment of the tweet, very different rating, similar colors, right? And when we rate the tweet, first, we don't rate the tweet. The AI mostly rate the tweet. It goes from a negative tweet, a mixed sentiment tweet, a positive tweet, and a very positive tweet, right? And a not rated tweet also, when there's no sentiment. It's just factual, no sentiment. So we have these different ratings that we now implemented. Okay, back to you.
That's correct. Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, I mean, of course, rating system. What we are following will be we will try to tweak on an ongoing basis to see like AI important aspect. Yes, all our sentiment is automatically generated by AI, and we've been tweaking the formula so that it does a pretty good job. However, on top of it, there is always a layer of human curation. So any sentiment that is rated by AI, the analyst team definitely checks, and if it finds that it's not accurate enough, we do go and we manually override this sentiment. So that's an important step, not just for sentiment, but across the board for all the
Now, I don't know. I'm asking our producer all of a sudden. Shahir Sheikh, a producer, by the way. Hi, Shahir, and thank you for your support. Um, the sound on my side is a little spotty, so I'm not sure whether it's just me not hearing Sridhar very consistently, or whether it's our audience as well.
Oh, can you hear me now, or is it still the same, Bruno?
It's okay now, but maybe Shahir can confirm that it works. Please continue.
Okay, so let me quickly jump to the new tab that we are adding to CLIN. This is currently on the staging side, so we'll be going live pretty soon. We've been adding a 360-degree view of different tabs, whether it's the trials tab, the drugs tab, the companies. We recently also did with modalities. One thing that kind of got slightly neglected is the diagnostics tab. Something that kind of gets overlooked. So we decided that we create a dedicated 360 tab for diagnostics. So what you see here is the landing page for the diagnostics. So we have the top diagnostics by trials, top companies by diagnostics, and also the top genes by diagnostics. These are the starting analytics that we added to this page, but we may look into adding more of these analytics to the landing page of diagnostics tab. Um, any points from your side, Bruno, on these analytics, or any quick reactions?
So all of these analytics, of course, are clickable, or most of them are
That's
clickable. Okay.
all are clickable. For example, if you look at the top diagnostics by trials, but let me pick up one that is easy for me to read. So if I look at HERCEP test, I can know all the trials for that particular diagnostic test that are in phase 2. Of course, I'm opening the staging side. There could be a bit of delay, but you can clearly see the trial cards for that particular test. And you can further drill down into each of these trial to open the trial details page or the trial 360 page. So yes, everything is interactive, and we can drill down into each of these analytics.
So a question. So on the left table, so these are the top diagnostic based on the number of trials where that diagnostic is
Yes,
identified. On the right side, it's top companies by number of individual diagnostics, right?
that is correct. Yes.
Right. And we have two types of diagnostic: the laboratory developed test, and then the approved test. And we can see that nearly all of Thermo Fisher business is LDTs, while most of Roche, or 60% of Roche, are actually approved. Okay. And if you click on, let's say, click on the blue segment of one of these, let's say Roche and the blue segment, we'll be able to look at all the approved tests
Mhm.
from Roche.
That's correct. Again, we are trying to stick to our standard design of the card. So what you see is all the 31 approved diagnostics for Roche,
Hmm. Okay,
and
Vantana
Togo.
Foundation,
So
of
maybe
course,
it's
they're
something
part
we
of
should look
Roche.
into, Bruno. But
Yep.
um, yeah, so you can access. You can click each of these diagnostic card to further drill down. So you can search for diagnostics, you can navigate using the analytics, you can navigate using the cards, you can further drill down into an individual diagnostics. As you can see here, you have all the company, the type, the cancer gene, and also you have the it's a 360 page, a standard 360 page for diagnostics. So you see the trials, the publications, the approvals, as well as the related diagnostics for that particular diagnostics.
Uh, Sridhar, uh, this is a wonderful product that you have here.
Thanks, Bruno. Yeah.
I say that without bias, but genuinely, this is really really excellent. Okay.
So I'm just opening one of the tab that we didn't explore so far. Most of us are already familiar with the trials publications. That you see them under other entities like drugs and companies, but we do have the approvals, a table that lists all the approvals along with the date approved by the gene biomarker. And at some point, we also are looking into creating a separate tab even for biomarker. So basically, a biomarker 360 page, Bruno.
That's right. So is that on the roadmap, a page specific for each biomarker?
Yes, there's a bit of back and forth. At one point, we did have it, then we kind of hiding it right now. But at some point, we are definitely going to bring it
Yeah.
back. So that's the
Yeah.
idea, Bruno.
And what about related diagnostics? Click on. Let's see what we have in that tab. And how do we define related in this case?
I think I could be wrong, but mostly it's based on the company, Bruno. So I open related and I see all the diagnostics, probably using several criteria. Maybe I don't fully remember. One of that is company, probably the approval. Um, but yes, I need to fully check like how
Yeah.
exactly are we defining.
Scroll down. If we see they're all from Roche, that means that
Yes.
the term related just means from the same company. And in which case, we should probably change the name of the tab. By the way, this podcast is called, although we're going to change the name, it's called Build in Public, because we see these exchange as a very genuine, authentic exchange where we talk about the challenges, the change of mind, the evolving features. And here, I would argue, under the spirit of Build in Public, that we should change that language. Instead of related diagnostics, is that other diagnostics from
Mhm.
this company. We should change the title, the name of that tab, in my opinion.
Sure. Let me note that point. Yeah.
Okay. We are about to be at time. Any final points from you? I think that's a terrific effort that you've done. Any final point from you?
Yeah, we're looking into pushing this to production very soon, Bruno. Of course, I'll be announcing and I'll also be posting on our social media. On social media, mostly by Monday, we should have an update on the release.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you to all of our listeners. Leave us a question or comments if you want to try CLIN. Let us know. It's a very special product. We put a lot of love into it, and we believe it's highly differentiated in the field of cancer data. Also, I would love to see you in Berlin at ESMO if you're attending. And if you're not attending, maybe you can attend indirectly thanks to the CLIN platform. Please let us know. We'll see you next week. Probably next week we'll change the name of the podcast to something else. But thank you and au revoir.